Hello everybody. A few days I put out a video called Mast Cell Activation Syndrome, the simplified version. And since then, I've received so many messages and heard so many people's stories that are very similar to mine. When you have mast cell and you have no idea what's going on with your body, it is absolutely terrifying. If you're watching this video and haven't seen the original video that I created, please go back and look at my videos a couple days ago and watch that video. People have been calling it the funny one about mast cell. Before I took Ciprofloxacin, I didn't even know what mast cell activation was. I ate what I want, took whatever supplements I wanted. I wore perfume, I had tons of products I used to put on my face, and when you get mast cell activation, all of that changes. The important thing to know about mast cell, especially if you watch my last video, is that the White Walker Army, also known as mast cells, never show up because they feel like it. They only show up to where they're recruited. So mast cell in and of itself is not a syndrome or an illness that happens just because. Something in your body has sent a signal to recruit mast cells. And once that happens, it's like the wild, wild west. It's hard to tell up from down, left to right, once you start having reactions, because in reality, you really need to figure out who sent that original call, who recruited the White Walkers. It's not easy to figure out, but you can. And the treatments for mast cell activation syndrome do not cure it. They're just treating the symptoms. And when you find out what's actually triggering mast cell, that is what you treat. And in theory, that alleviates mast cell activation syndrome. When I first developed mast cell, I was having reactions to everything. Benadryl, which was shocking to me because Benadryl is used for allergies, but I was having allergic reactions, so why was I even allergic to Benadryl? And the biggest shocker of all is the reactions to water. And this is what people have been messaging me about, is water. And it sounds absolutely insane to say that I'm reacting to water, but it happens. And I remember being in the hospital and they gave me saline. I reacted to the saline and was like, what is going on? Shut the saline off. Let me see if these feelings go away. It felt like my whole body was being electrocuted. And they shut the saline drip off, and about an hour later, all my electrocution feelings and neuropathy and zapping, it went away. And then I knew it was that saline. And in my mind, it didn't make sense. But today, 4.5 years later, in meeting with so many functional naturopath doctors, I can explain, and I'm going to. One of the first doctors I saw for mast cell activation syndrome had a huge part in saving my life. There's a couple of them. And one of the things he said to me when he read my story was that he knew right away that I had mast cell activation syndrome without even giving me one test. I said to him, how could you know that just by me sending you my story? You were having reactions to even water. And that he had seen it many times for people that were in the most severe state of mast cell. And what he was referring to, the cell danger response, where your body is shutting down to protect its most vital functions. Two reasons this happens. The first is that you are in that cell danger response. You've had some sort of trauma, and in my case, it was ciprofloxacin, and your body's response is to shut down everything that's not necessary and focus on your mission-critical organs. And when this happens, all the alarms are going off. All the White Walkers are being summoned to come try to fix whatever is going on. When those White Walkers show up, it's so hard to get rid of them. And again, mast cell, which I'm referring to as the White Walkers from the Game of Thrones, is the inappropriate inactivation of mast cells. In this case, they cannot tell who is friend or foe, and they literally fight anything that tries to come into your body because they're trying to save your life. They're trying to protect you. And in fact, they're harming you that you can't even drink water, but that's the biology of it. So your body is fighting, yes, even water. The second reason is for people, again, in any kind of cell danger response or shutdown. Now remember, you're in survival mode. Your body can't do anything except focus on the functions for you to survive. So in the case that you may have some toxins or whatever it may be, and then you try to push one of your detox pathways, massive reaction. And let me tell you, water does push a detox pathway. I hope those two explanations may help you understand why you may not be tolerating even water. Because of all these questions and because of all the outreach, I'm going to create another video to talk about treatments and testing. I just wanted to get this one out there first because people are so psychologically impacted by this physical response. And I want to leave you with this, which hopefully makes you feel a little bit better because it made me feel better. Going back to when I first met with the doctor that helped me with mast cell, I said, I feel like I'm going crazy. How come I can't even drink water? And his response to me was, Talia, you're not crazy, you're sick. So everybody that's watching this video that is or was in a similar experience, remember that. You are not crazy, you are sick. That's all I got for today. Thanks, everybody.